On to the feature race number 8 on the programme. This is the Look Fook Jewellery Cup, Class 2, 1400 metres. With the first starter, Decrypt. His last start was in Ireland. He finished third in the Guineas there, behind Phoenix to Spain and 2 Darn Hot. Little Bird, course and distance first time, barrier 14 for a front runner. Beauty Spirit's got speed as well from barrier 10. Circuit number 2, a 2-time course and distance winner, is second up from a lengthy spell. Perfect Match is 3 out of 4 course and distance. Beauty Rush gets the inside gate. Savvy 9, another first starter here, and Sandy was his name. William Haggis trained in prior, and Yo-Yo King. Excuses last him out, but a good run at Happy Valley at the start before finishing second to Dancing Fighter. Joyful Trinity, Little Bird, Super Rich and Circuit number 2 have been up at Chung Fa.
Pace should be good in the feature of the afternoon, with Beauty Rush scoring that inside draw here. Beauty Rush, and he'll be right up on the pace with Taking Aim, and they'll be watching over their shoulder, those two riders, to see what Vincent Ho does with Little Bird, who's backing up after a run behind Fat Turtle last Sunday. Perfect Match has led and won in the past, but he'll defer to the alternate speed here. Yo-Yo King drawn better this time round. You can see Decrypt, he possibly could have been a little bit further forward. We'll hear from Frankie Law, the tactics, soon.
There is Decrypt, the first starter here, third in the Irish Group 1 race, the 2,000 guineas. I knew I'd get there in the end. And look, he goes nicely enough here. His work's been good. Super Rich is interesting. Look, he's nodding his head around, just letting us know he's there. He's under a good hold. Look, he's another horse that looked really good earlier in his career. He sort of went off a little bit, but barrier 4 for him. He goes nicely enough here in his track work. And circuit number 2, just a very quiet piece of work for him. He'll be second up this season, and he goes nicely here, and he's just nice quiet work up at Chung Fa.
All right, well, let's start off with Perfect Match and Sunset Watch as well here. Perfect Match, third over the 1,200 metres last hour. This is his trip now up to the 14.
Yeah, I think this is the bit of the day for me. Perfect Match. This was a huge run from this horse. He was 3-4 wide the whole way. And look, the horse is there, Big Party. You've got Big Time Baby, who came out and won on the all-weather after that. Both really, really good runs, I thought, from these horses. And that's Mr. Croissant coming through the middle. They went clear. And he was entitled to drop away fresh up, but he stayed on really, really nicely. He looks really tough to beat for me. A Perfect Match, and he has won second up before.
Caught wide, did plenty of work, went to the line pretty well in the end. We have seen him lead in the past and win, but he won't lead here, I don't think, with the alternate speed in the race, so he'll get the perfect run behind them on the rail.
OK. Frankie Law has 2 runners here, Super Rich and the first start of the interesting one in Decrypt. Here's Frankie speaking with Tom at Trackwork.
Race number 8 on the programme, 2 runners, Decrypt and also Super Rich. How's Decrypt settled into the Hong Kong way of life?
He looks fine at this moment, and 2 trial for him. He got some gate speed, so and then I think he can get a good position, but unfortunately he's drawn line this time. But anyway, just leave to the jockeys. For me, everything goes good.
You've been happy with his 2 trials?
Yes, yes.
What about Super Rich coming into the race second up? What were your thoughts on his first up run?
For him, it's not too bad because last season we found out he got some back sore, so we need to take time. I sent him to Chung Fa to do some work for him, and come back. Last start he finished midfield, something like that, but very close. I'm happy. So this time should be better.
So is he a horse that has benefited from going up to Chung Fa?
Yeah. I always said Chung Fa is a good place for the horses, and the facility is good. And so I have some horses come back, can win the race, like Family, Fresh Famous. It's good.
He looked like a nice horse at the beginning of last season. Do you think he's close to recapturing some of that early form? I
think so. After last one, his goals improved a little bit. So maybe one more one should be better.
All right, so Super Rich could have improved, and Decrypt a very interesting runner here. One more to take in though, and that is Beauty Spirit. Now, Beauty Spirit will be ridden by Dylan Moe from barrier 10. He's coming for a last start, 8th of 13 behind Encouraging.
Yeah, it wasn't a bad trial here from Beauty Spirit. He's only a one-time winner from his 19 starts. He's got a bit of an awkward draw, barrier 10, so I've left him out. Yeah.
I've left him out as well. The trial was slightly better from him. He's hard to catch. He ran in the Panasonic Cup and that track record 1400 metre time behind, encouraging last time out. So he didn't go too bad in that trial, did Beauty Spirit.
OK, so maybe you want to consider odds, because there's a few at odds here, Paul, because we've got Perfect Match and Beauty Rush in the market, and that's about it.
Yeah, I really like Perfect Match, though, in this. I think he's primed to win. 1400 metres looks ideal. He's going to get the ideal barrier draw just in behind as well. And that was, as long as he hasn't, sort of the edge has been taken off him, because it was a hard run fresh up. But look, he's had the 9 starts now, and he's a 4-time winner. So I think he's a really nice progressive horse. Nice ride here from Alexi Medell. Yo-Yo King, now, he comes back here to Sha Tin. He didn't have much luck behind Golden 60. He drew 14. He got taken all the way to the back, and he really stormed home late. From barrier 5, I think he's going to get his opportunity. Well, Yo-Yo King. The 11 is the other one in the market, Beauty Rush. He should get a nice run, and his run behind Golden 60 was good as well. And in for 4th, I put the 1, which is Decrypt. We'll see how he goes on debut here in Hong Kong. Obviously brings some pretty good form from overseas. 9, 14, 11 and 1, but I like the 9.
I'm going to go with 11 here, Beauty Rush. We saw the replay amongst the Frankie Law interview there on Beauty Rush, so we didn't really get too much of a chance to talk about it, but he's got gate 1 this time round. Joe might put up a couple of pounds over, but it was a super effort, I thought, from him last time out behind the real in-form and nice type Golden 60 last time out. Perfect Match maps to get a super run in the race. Yo-Yo King, he was a bit disappointing last time out from a wide store, but he was pipped on the post 2 runs ago at Happy Valley by Dancing Fighter, who's come out and run well again. So I think from gate 5 he should get a nice run for Sylvester de Souza and Tony Millard, and Super Rich I think is a must for quartet players. As Frankie mentioned, he's had that sore back issue, but he looks like he could be coming back to some form. So 11, 9, 14 and 5. All
right, very similar. I've got the same 4 numbers as Paul, slightly different order. But Decrypt's very interesting, isn't he? Because he's basically on a Derby rating already, and he hasn't had a start yet off 93. So,
and he is on that weight of 123 pounds, and he is on that because the top weight is balloted at the moment, and he's probably not going to get a run.
All right, there you go. There's the feature race, the Look Fook Jewellery Cup. 2 more to come. We've got 2 Class 3s over the 12 and 1600 metres. Races 9 and 10 right after this.